several hours, skinning takes several hours, and harvesting and butchering also takes several hours. And it's in-game hours, but it shows here in time in minutes. And now I've got it down to field dress in 10 minutes, skin in 12, harvest in 16, and butcher in 24. My foraging level is up to 4. That will always take one in-game hour. My harvesting level is up to 3, my skinning is up to 5, and my total cleans are 25. Uh, I need to check this real quick though. Okay, so that's good. And while we're here, I need to check one setting. Okay, because I'm a Khajiit, I don't have to have a a hunting knife in order to cut meat, because Khajiit and Argonians can use their claws. But I'm going to turn this off now because I don't think that I'm using my hunting knife, which will give me better yields. Okay, now Hunterborn completely changes how you interact with kills of certain animals and also dragons as well. And then I have alchemy recipes to add to Hunterborn. It's made by a different modder. I found it on the Steam Workshop. Um, and it wasn't working for whatever reason, so I went in and I deleted it, and then I found it in the Nexus and I added it in through the Nexus. It's working just fine now. Basically, alchemy recipes adds new alchemy recipes, but most of them are added to the cooking section. And something that I think should have been that way in Skyrim the whole time, and for the first probably 300 hours, I've got the hiccups like crazy, um, of gameplay for me on vanilla Skyrim, I thought that cooking did improve alchemy skills. Um, and then I've got campfire to go with it. And then I've got deadly dragons, which adds new dragons and dragon attacks and all kinds of stuff, and it makes dragons harder to fight. Um, and then the mod came with a secondary mod inside, which is deadly monsters. It does the same thing. And then I've got dynamic time scale to adjust, how time passes during certain activities. I'm still playing around with that to get the right feel. And I've got immersive armors and immersive weapons. I don't know why immersive weapons won't show up in the MCM, but as you can see, I've got some weapons here like an iron tonneau and a spring steel bow that they're definitely not vanilla. And those are added by the immersive weapons. I haven't gotten any weapons or armors from the other mods that I've added. And then I've added immersive creatures, which again does basically the same thing as deadly monsters, but even more creatures. I added I need because I was going to do realistic needs and diseases, but with I need I can turn off the deadly diseases and then just go with regular diseases, and I just felt like realistic needs and diseases would be a little bit too challenging for me, having never played with mods and having never even really used food after I found out that there was no fucking point, because you're not going to improve your alchemy skill or any other skill, you know? You can make health potions, which are fairly cheap, and, you know, you're going to improve your skills. Sky UI, which is what you're looking at right now, it changes all of my menu configurations. Sleep tight. This makes people more realistic when they're sleeping. I don't know about you, but me and pretty much everyone I know strips down to either nothing or their underwear or some kind of bedwear to go to sleep. And this causes them to do that. They sleep at appropriate times. And if I sneak attack someone while they're sleeping, I get the sneak attack bonus, plus I get a sleep attack bonus, which is... and I want to change this to random. Random. Cheap shot. It doesn't say, but I believe it's ×3. So I get a ×2 and then a ×3 on top of that. So pretty good, to be honest. I mean, really good. And then it will also sometimes make people snore when they're sleeping. I haven't heard it yet, but maybe. I've added take notes. You probably won't see any of that because, one, I can't spell, and two, I'm sure you don't want to watch me typing, but this is going to be for later on for me to take notes on things that I would want to remember and then export to a later game to make things a lot easier. Notice board, which is a Radiant quest mod, which you go to the notice board and you'll get bounties on find an item or kill a dragon or do this or do that, and then you get rewards reflecting what the quest was. So if you are killing a dragon, you're going to get money. If you are killing or capturing / arresting a bad guy, then you're going to get money. But if you are going to find this alchemical item because somebody lost it or they just need the ingredient, then your alchemy skill will get boosted by 1. I've added trade routes, which makes buying and selling a lot more complicated, and there's quest lines that I can get in on top of that. I've added ultimate dragons, which is it can work as an add-on to deadly dragons, but it works with almost every dragon mod. It gives every dragon a whole lot more attacks than just Tail Slap, Bite, and Fire or Ice Breath. You know, I know that the special dragons like Alduin have their own special shouts, but that's about it. And I know that you guys haven't really seen me fight very many dragons, because every time I get them down to about half health, they get scared and they fly away. So I have deadly dragons and ultimate dragons set up so that dragon flight during battle is very low. So only like maybe 10% of the time they'll decide to get up and fly around, which will make it much less likely that they'll fly away. And therefore I can actually kill the dragon before he runs away. I have unread books glow. That is because later on for you guys I will be doing some specials once I start actually get some viewing on my videos, and I will actually read the books to you guys. I added wearable lanterns. I'm sorry you guys, if you are participating in the mod helper contest and you haven't found a wearable lanterns mod for me yet, it's too late. But if you have found one before this video uploads, then you will still be counted as a winner as per the rules. And Winter Mist Enchants, I think you guys saw that in episode 3. There are a lot more mods, but those are just the ones with MCM menus. Okay, now we're going to close up shop. And as expected, I'm still over encumbered. But I'm pretty sure we sold quite a bit. Another thing I did is I bought some of the improvements for my player home here. Not very many, but the Breeze home has cooking, kitchen, alchemy room, and no, that's about it. And there's another mod down here. I haven't shown that off, but I will later on. Uh, for right now, let's take all on that. Um, there's another mod that I added called Elemental Arrows. I added that one very early in the playthrough, but I had nothing that suggested that it was working. So I did some digging and I found a mod, which you just saw me putting the item for that mod up, and I found a mod that allows me to basically, I can access any part of the game, whether I've added it in or it's I'm trying to think and I'm trying to do other stuff at the same time. Whether I've added it in through a mod or it's part of the game or it's part of one of the DLCs, then that's where you'll find that. Let's see, the Harvest Moon. These are some of the scrimshaw things. If they look like they're made out of bone, it's because they're most likely from the scrimshaw. I did add a immersive jewelry smithing, but this isn't that. Um, the immersive jewelry doesn't come straight out as already being enchanted, and these come out as already being enchanted. So this one, better foraging, harvest, materials harvest from carcasses are unusually bountiful. Okay, so I want to hang on to those two. I want to put the boots up. I want to put that on, put those up, that, that, hang on to that. It'll be just a moment, you guys. Okay, jagged bone, one-handed attacks, 8% more damage. I don't know what this does. It says what exactly it does, only Nocturnal can say. I'm wearing it whenever I'm not in combat just to hopefully accidentally find out what it does. No idea so far though. Okay, that's interesting. Where's muffled? Bows.